Hello, buddy. Thank you so much for coming to our talk show. Okay, tell me about your company and when you started and what exactly you are doing.
Thank you, Kishore, for this opportunity. It's a privilege to be here, to be called to come and speak. So, hi everyone. So, my name is Thomas. I run a software company called REJOLA IT Services. Um, so, what we do is our intention in running our software company is to help business owners to implement systems and processes into their business, and with that they should be able to grow their business. So what happened is software has always been a hobby for me from my school days, that is from 1995 onwards. It's been a hobby
Okay.
for me.
So when computer
And
came.
yeah,
Hmm.
so I kept learning programming languages one after the other. I did my mechanical engineering and
Okay.
my MBA, but I
Okay.
loved programming, so I learned C, C++, Java, GW Basic, PHP. Just kept learning out of hobby. And after working in corporates for about 7 years, I, along with a relative of mine, we started a real estate company, and there I created different coding,
Solutions.
different tools
Okay.
to help myself to make my life easy,
Easier.
like
Yeah.
for handling large number of um, inquiries that we were getting, payment collections to remind on time and
It's like a
collect
pure
them,
lead management, payment,
lead
finance
management,
management.
payment collection, task management.
Hmm.
But the thing is, the reason why I did not use that words is because when I created this
Hmm.
around 13 years back,
Hmm.
I did not know that those were the names given to such tools.
Such tools.
Because I just created it out of common sense.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm getting so many inquiries.
Hmm.
If I have to track them correctly, I need some kind of a
Correct.
tool which will help me to remember
Some
what did
input
I
we need to
speak.
give. Hmm.
Yeah. So that's how it all started. So our intention behind this organization, or the purpose behind the organization that we have, or the why behind the organization, is to help a business owner to make their life easy.
Easier. Yeah.
uh, it should become more of a process driven, system driven, accurately operating,
Okay.
rather than a person comes in and a person with their own whims and fancies, they run the department for some time or the organization for some time, then they
Correct.
create problems. So that is the intention behind whatever we do. So
Okay.
that's our background. So we've been running this for 13 years now.
Okay.
We use a wide range of tech stack, which we hardly speak to our customers, because
Okay.
most of our customers, they really don't,
Yeah, they do not know the
they
technologies.
don't want to know whether it is Java or
Whatever
PHP
it
or
is. Yeah,
Node.
correct.
What they want is, hey, I've got this problem. Can you solve it for me? Can
Mm.
you create a solution for me? That is what they are interested in.
Correct.
But of course, behind the hood, we
We
have
have to
our
put our
own,
own
we
analysis and
know,
do. Mm.
correct. And that's what we do. So we help business owners to scale up, to grow their business. So if a business owner is looking at scaling their business by 10 times, or they are really aggressive in growth,
Okay.
then we are useful.
Correct.
But if the business owner is operating with their mind, with a paper or some spreadsheets, and they are happy with it, then we really cannot help them,
Correct.
because they're already doing good, they're able to manage the show and everything is going peacefully, then it's
Correct.
fine. It's better they run it like that. There's
Correct.
no need to bring in an additional,
Yeah.
burden on, and then bring in all that. But if they're looking at scaling up, if they want to add more customers, they
Mm.
want to add more team members, operate from different locations, they want to increase their revenue, profits, and income, everything, if they want to grow, the only way they can achieve that and remain peaceful
Mm. Correct.
is through a proper system, through a custom software or a web application, being implemented. So that
Okay.
is where we come in.
Superb. Superb.
Yeah.
Amazing. And when you started, because you are very passionate about technology, right? Which technology you have started? C, C++ or Pascal, Fortran, V, C++?
When I studied in 1995, it was GW Basic,
Okay, GW
graphics
basic.
with Basic. That's
Correct.
how I started my
Okay.
learning.
Okay.
After that, it was C, C++, Java Core. These are the things that I learned.
Mm.
When I started this company 13 years back, it was a PHP company.
PHP.
We are a PHP, jQuery, MySQL,
Okay.
and Bootstrap.
Bootstrap.
Bootstrap also I think I picked up later. So
Yeah.
that is how we started, and we were creating small applications. A client wanted an inventory monitoring application. We created that. a client wanted a complete ERP for a food manufacturing company, but he was very clear, keep it very simple, sir. We will not be able to use it if you make it complicated, because my all my team members are 10th and 12th pass out
Correct.
team members. If you create too complicated, we will never use it.
They
So we
cannot
create.
even give input also.
Yeah. So we created the entire application with hardly any number of menus. We kept everything behind the scene, all the calculations, everything.
The backend.
So we started off as a PHP organization, then slowly as our clients grew, and we had IT companies approaching us with specific requirements.
Okay.
They were like, we want this in React, we want this in Node.
Okay.
In those scenarios, we started bringing those
Knowledges also
skills inside, and now we have a wide range. We do Java, Node, React, Angular, Flutter.
You name it, whatever technology,
Most of it we
you are
cover. All the
covered.
popular open source, more popular technologies, we have them right now.
Super.
Yeah.
So how did you feel that, when you started with the GW Basics, C, now the present generation technologies, what did you observe, and will that make it, will that be easy for us? Transformation from that stage to now, whatever the stage we are there now.
See, if you ask me with respect to technology, I don't think much has changed, because technology at the end of the day is logic, mathematics, logical sequence, and all that. So probably writing the syntax has changed, because one thing in GW Basic is you have to use index numbers 10, 20, 30, 40. That's how you write a code.
Correct.
And if you have to write a code in between, you should put a 21 and then try to put it in between. So it's a writing from, and that itself was considered to be a good programming language at that
Correct.
time.
Correct.
So the writing of the code became easier and easier and became frameworks started coming in, and all that. But more than anything else, I think the latest trend that is really helping programmers right now, and probably also a threat, which the chat GPT and generative AI and all that, where now the developer is able to generate snippets of code, or how to write this, and he gets ready snippets of code available, and also maybe a large chunk of code, but we might not be able to use it just as it is. There might lot of debugging and all this, if the person is able to do it. So the burden of the developer is coming down with respect to writing the code. Now, with all this tech stack, I think the developer has to become more and more about what solution can I give.
Okay.
What logic should I apply, or how can I make it easy for the customer to use? These are the ways I think now the developer will have to start thinking more towards the usability side rather than on the syntax.
Syntax, correct.
Rather than on how many lines of code have I written, are there any bugs? That is no longer really a big measurement of their performance. It's more about how useful has the software been to the client, and how fast. In fact, nowadays we even ask our team, are you using ChatGPT for this? Because you better use it. If you don't use it, you will take 2 hours. If you use it, you will probably finish it in half an hour or 15 minutes. Use it, and let's deliver it fast to the client.
Correct.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. And see, I'm hearing, certain kind of a comments from people that the transformation happened from last when you started, the present generation. There is a automatically, what happened, right? The more easier the development, the developer has become very lazy now. Will you accept it or not?
So I think that has been there always.
Yeah.
See, developer being lazy, I think it is an attitude issue.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with whether it is GW Basic or the latest programming languages being helped by generative AI to create the code. I don't think it is because of that. I think it is because of general attitude issue.
General attitude issue.
Yeah, because around 30, 40, 50 years back, people stayed in a company for their entire lifespan, and they really had to work hard.
And one more thing, what I understood that time, whatever code you were writing, like indexes, everything. So you will apart from passion, you will also enjoy, writing the coding and as
Absolutely,
well as
absolutely.
debugging and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
Nowadays, when the code is becoming easy,
Hmm. Hmm.
people also becoming lazy. So,
Yeah.
in that aspect, how to the developer. I'm just asking you, since you are running a 13 years of your
Yeah.
company and
Yeah.
you're since you are into passion,
Hmm.
so will that be any suggestion for the developers who can see a different angle to give a better output to the customers?
See, that is what, one thing, not only as a developer, any human being, I think when they start off with their career, they should really first define their life purpose. Why am I alive?
Correct.
Okay? Because if that is defined correctly, and if they know that this is the reason why I am alive, and this is the difference or impact that I want to bring to this world, and if they can relate their career with that, and their day to day activities with that, I think they will perform much better.
Okay.
But many individuals are not really thinking about their life. What contribution are they doing in this world? If I'm sitting for 8 hours from morning to evening, that's meaningless. It's just for the sake of making money at the end of the day. And if
Correct.
you are totally treating your work so superficially and not really getting to a depth of it, saying that, hey, this is really making a difference in a person's life, in a company's life, it's making a difference in an individual's life, I'm helping people. And if you're not able to connect like that, you will never have enthusiasm. You will always
Correct.
remain lazy and all.
Correct.
See, for example, for me, when I used to, I was a solopreneur for quite some time.
Yeah.
I was just running around doing tools because I never planned this as an organization. I created tools for myself, but people started looking at it. They asked me for a similar tool, and then I prepared one for them. They gave me a lot of reference, and that's how the
Okay.
whole
Okay.
thing improved.
Okay.
So when I did all that, for me, it was initially it was never about money.
Okay.
It was more about this piece of solution that I'm creating. If I spend about, let's say, 3 days or 1 week, and the other person is using it and they're liking it, they love it.
Okay.
It's actually solved a problem that they had. For example, one of the first solutions I created was a cycle retail company. They wanted their inventory of one branch to be visible in the other branch in real time.
Okay.
It's a very simple requirement. They tried with many vendors, but the cost involved in whatever the other vendors were suggesting was a little higher. They did not have that kind of a budget. So they called me. They looked at my this inquiry management, the task management. They called me and said, a friend of mine actually. He called me and he asked me. I looked at their operations and I said, "Huh, we can do it. It's a very simple thing." I charged them 6,000 rupees and I created a very simple application.
Okay.
I created a server with
Okay.
a form
Okay.
to upload tally data and another place to search the stock. That's it. So it took me 2 3 days something to do it.
Correct.
And I told them every day your branch manager of each branch, when they come and open the shutter, first thing they have to switch on the computer, download from tally, upload here, finish. And that should be an action point for them, standard operating procedure for them in
Correct.
all the branches.
Hmm.
They said, will it work? I said, yeah, it will work. Logic, no, because you're uploading. So 24-hour lag will be there of all the data. But you at least have 24-hour accuracy that, okay, this
Correct.
cycle is available here. They wanted it for high-end cycles. That is why they wanted the solution.
Okay.
They were so happy because it was such a simple thing, very, very simple of an
Within 3 days,
interface.
you have done it.
Yeah, finished it and very simple. Upload also simple, search is also very simple. They're able to see which branch it is available, what date they uploaded. Everything is so simple. They are the people who are responsible for this company because they started referring a lot of clients.
Oh, okay. Okay. Which
Why?
technology you have used?
PHP.
PHP
Obviously, I
only.
said no when I started. I used that only.
PHP.
Yeah. So, but the point there is when I created that, it was not the 6,000, the money part. It was giving a solution for the problem that they had. They were losing orders because some high-end customers, when they were coming for high-end cycles, they specifically came with a brand name and they wanted to know where it is it available. So when they saw that the branch did not have a clue and they were making phone calls and they took time to get an answer, they were just walking off.
Okay.
Well, they're all premium customers. You cannot, keep them waiting
Correct.
and all
Correct.
that. So it solved their challenge, and they were very happy with it. And that is what gives me
Motivation.
satisfaction and
Mm.
consent and
Yeah.
enthusiasm and all that. Now that connection a developer has to do.
Correct.
If a developer does not make that connect, that my work has worth in the market, it is useful in the market, it will transform people's lives, it will help them, it will make their life convenient. If that connection is not made, and if they are not using that kind of enthusiasm in coding, then it is like, oh, 8 hours, when will it get completed? Oh,
Correct.
the testing team is going to now give a big list of bugs I have to sit on. So it's going to be a very yeah, hell for them,
That kind of a dedication should be there.
yeah, and we also hear a lot about burnout in software industry.
Correct, burnout. Yeah,
They work for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and then they just come out saying that no, I cannot take this pressure. And the reason is because I believe it's this, they're not connecting it with the purpose. They are doing it, I believe, this is my belief because I've been
no, it is
observing now.
100% right, right.
Yeah, so they are just doing it for the money, they're just doing it to pay EMIs, they're just doing it so that I can provide for my family. If that's the approach, then there will be burnout because
Correct,
you're not spiritually connected to what you're doing. You're just
correct.
physically going there and trying to use your mental abilities and trying to create income. You'll only get burnt out after some time.
Perfectly said.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
have to be spiritually connected to the client as well as
absolutely,
the whatever requirements they are giving.
exactly,
Yeah, so
exactly, yeah,
that's amazing actually, because that is how we need to, we need to transform ourselves to, helping others. So
absolutely,
that's how we need to do. Good.
absolutely.
And okay, what do you mean by Rezola?
Okay. So Rejola stands for Rejoice in the Lord always.
Okay,
Okay, Rejola. And it also carries my family name.
name.
That is
Okay.
Rekha, Joe, and Laura. My wife, my son, and my daughter.
Okay,
So that's
amazing.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
that's
three, that is why three different colors.
yes, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, okay. Good, good, good.
Thanks.
So that is how we need to arrive the names also, because normal names is always good.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
I kept it a similar name, like,
Super,
God name only.
very
I
good.
brought I derived from a god.
Very good.
Tagline in
Super.
informatics is nothing but, Agni Lingam. So I brought
Oh,
AG from Agni and Lingam
amazing.
from LAN from Lingam.
Oh,
That's how.
very good. That's nice. I didn't
None,
know that.
there is no meaning for that.
Very good.
I
That's
simply
really nice. But
brought
it's
it.
nice because it's
Yeah,
easy to pronounce.
yeah,
Nowadays
Agli
names
is
have to be easy to pronounce.
very
Otherwise,
good.
if it's a very complicated name, clients might not even remember
Yeah,
it.
it has to be what do you call people say a word of when you say word of mouth also.
Yeah,
Some
they should
companies
be
they
able to recollect it fast.
recollect
Yeah,
it fast.
absolutely,
So
absolutely
that's
correct.
the way we need to. Anyway, good, good, good.
Very good. Thank you.
And successfully you have completed 13 years, right?
Yes, absolutely. By
Very
God's
good. So
grace.
what did you learn last 13 years?
See, one I would say in terms of my learning. See, when I started in 13 years back,
Mhm.
um,
Your solo.
see, I'm an engineer with an MBA.
Okay,
Okay. Then I worked in multinationals for 7 years.
7 years.
So I had a lot of overconfidence.
Okay,
Business I can do.
okay.
There's nothing great about it. What is there? I've studied, I've experienced, I'm just doing it. I was wrong.
Hmm.
For 3 to 4 years, I struggled. I went through a lot of difficulties because whatever we learn in books and we assume to be correct need not be correct, and
Correct.
it turns out to be completely wrong. And so, what I learned is business is more spiritual than physical or intellectual.
Yeah.
What I mean by spiritual is, again, I'm not trying to say it is religious or it is God, not like that. Of course, those elements are there, but that's not the point. But the point is, it's about purpose, it's about aim, it's about um, the reason why we are doing it and whom are we doing it for. These are the kind of things which matter much more than the intellectual side. Because if we think that running a business is completely intellectual, and if I know all the systems, and if I've read all the textbooks, it doesn't work. It doesn't
Yeah.
work until and unless we've not really aligned having a very big purpose for ourselves, and doing business not just for the money, because money is a byproduct, but it is for making a difference in the society, or helping a larger number of customers, or taking care of all the team members, and creating a life for them. If we are not creating such a purpose, then we will struggle. Because for me, for the first 3 to 4 years, I had some EMIs, I had a house rent, I
Yeah.
had to pay for
Commitments.
school fees.
Yeah.
So I had, written down on a piece of paper that this is what I need, this is what I need. I said, okay, if I can make 60,000 rupees every month, I think I can survive. So let me work for 60,000 rupees. That's how I started.
That's your target
I never
monthly.
achieved that.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
and I kept struggling, and I kept struggling, and I kept struggling. But when I realized that, okay, thank God I realized that it is not about money and it's about service. It's about helping. It's about doing good for others. It's about being beneficial for others. And then when I slowly started reprogramming myself about how to approach things, and it's always focus on helping others, but don't look at the money part. That will come always. That will be taken care. Things started changing.
Mm.
2014, 15, 16, slowly it started changing, and then we started growing. So that is how things happen.
Yeah.
So my biggest lesson I would say in 13 years is one is the purpose of why we are doing business.
Correct.
That is one big thing. Uh, Second lesson I can say is when we have team, uh, you know one is of course selecting the right team member, and how we take care of them and how we respect them and how we treat them and how we give them growth opportunities and what is the reason why they decide to be with you for so long, what is their motivation levels, and it's all about them and it's
Correct.
about their family.
Yeah.
It's not about you or it's not
Correct.
about the company or profitable, it's all about them.
Correct.
So this mindset shift and giving them continuous feedback and helping them to align with what needs to be done and how
Yeah.
they need to grow. So all these aspects. So these are few things, a couple of things that I've learned in 13 years, and of course, bring in a lot of systems and processes and all that is there. That anyway everybody does,
Correct.
But these are aspects I think we all should learn as business owners.
Correct.
Purpose as to why we are doing business and always taking care of the team members and all
Yeah. If you
prioritizing them.
take care of your team members,
Yes,
rest everything they will take care of you.
absolutely,
It's nothing but
absolutely,
whatever goals you have, whatever vision you have, they will take care.
absolutely. I agree.
Because they are going to be our pillars for our whatever the our goals.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree. So, yeah.
that's amazing. Anyway, you have been to struggle to success anyway.
Thank
And
you.
within the 4 years, the first four
Mm,
years,
mm.
which you were telling, did you ever thought that you to give up?
You are asking me a question which has probably crossed my mind every moment.
Yeah.
And when things were getting bad, like when your daughter is crying
Hmm.
because you couldn't pay the school fees on time,
Correct.
and your wife is getting scared that what's going to happen to our future, because 7 years before this you were getting good money, corporates working and all, suddenly everything is stopped.
Correct.
Um, During those times when your family gets scared and they are all concerned and confused as to what is going to happen, uh, because they are the big support, for you. They are
Correct.
your,
They are the
like
backbone of us.
backbone and all
Mm.
that. If they get scared and if they are losing, confidence in what you're doing, and then you also start getting scared, and then
Correct.
you also start
We'll
wondering
also
what is
lose our hope.
happening,
Yeah.
confidence and all that. And so I have thought of quitting multiple times, and the biggest one was in 2015 when there was floods in Chennai
Correct.
and there was no electricity.
No
So
electricity.
for 3 or 4, 5 days we all were in the homes. I was cut off from the world, and it was like a meditation time, a
Yeah.
forceful
Correct.
meditation time for 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
like Vipassana. You don't do anything.
Same.
And I literally lost my mind because there was no money coming in properly and there were debts mounting up. I even went to the extent of speaking to my previous employers, asking them, is there a job?
Okay.
And thankfully they said, no, there's no job. Because
That's
if they would have probably told that there
told
was
you
a job,
again.
I would have
You'll go
probably
back to
given them.
your yeah.
I would have probably gone there.
Yeah.
And then that gave me a huge lesson
Okay.
that it is all about the mind.
Yeah.
And it's all
One
about
is
the
mind and one more is a
spirituality,
time.
time and everything. And then um, I have kept thinking about quitting, and I also went to the extent of should I even live those were the kind of questions that have come.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's why when you asked me that question, I was thinking, what are you asking? That's there every day. Uh, but now, of course, it's now also it's difficult. But now you said, from suffering to success and all.
Yeah,
But to be honest, it's difficult even today.
yeah,
Okay, even today we have to wake up every day like Amazon. One of the principles that they have is every day is day one.
day one.
So that's how it is. Every single day is like a day one. In business, you may think that wow, everything is now set, but the very next day you'll have a new challenge, a new goal to achieve, and all. So it's a challenge every day. So now it is more proactive. See, one of the things I feel that first 4 5 years is though I was thinking I was doing everything right, but one is I was not aligning my purpose correctly. Why am I doing this? And what kind of a goal to set? I was not, it was so ironic that I was not even setting goals.
Okay.
And because for 7 years I was asked to set goals and I was fed up. Why goals? It's too much.
Hmm.
And I did not set goals for the first few years, thinking
First
that
few
why
years.
should I do goals?
Okay.
And then I realized that, all corporates and organizations, they have some reason why they do certain things. It's
Correct.
not that they're trying to, pressurize people or they're trying to be sadistic or anything. No, they have a reason for it and it works. So it took a learning curve for me to realize why those are important and how to ensure that we also do all that. But at the same time, instead of, pushing people, involve them along with you and show them the big picture and show
Correct.
them the vision and show them the goal so that they also follow along with you and then you grow together.
Correct.
So that these are the changes. And yeah, so nowadays I don't feel like quitting, but starting, yes, I did
Yeah.
multiple
See,
times.
always the startups will have a lot of struggles. Only thing is they need to learn how to, avoid that give up and how to move forward. So that once if
Absolutely.
you have that thoughts, you are
Absolutely.
succeeding.
And I think spirituality helps in,
Spirituality also
yeah,
helps. Yeah.
helps a lot. Yeah.
Correct. You have to believe that also.
Absolutely.
So as much as you keep following the spirituality, that also helps you. Yeah. That is all. Fine. So very, it's a inspiring story, I can say, or I mean,
Thank you, man.
struggle to success.
All God's grace. Yeah.
And I will definitely, ask God to help you and bless you as well.
Absolutely.
That's what I can definitely do. Okay, again, coming back to your family. So how many members you have in your family? And
Yeah, so I have Rekha as my wife.
yeah,
Very supportive, helps me in
yeah,
every
hobbies.
way possible. My daughter, she's in her 12th class right now,
Okay,
and my son, he's in 11th,
11th, 12th and 11th. Okay,
12th and 11th, yeah.
which
And
school they are studying?
they're studying in Omega
Omega.
International School in
Okay,
Kolopakam,
Kolapaka.
Chennai.
Okay,
Yeah,
Omega International School.
Omega International School. Yeah.
Super. So next BTech,
My daughter is interested in the medical side.
medical side.
Son
Okay,
is interested in the engineering side. Yeah,
engineering side.
yeah.
Medical side. Okay,
Medical
neat.
daughter.
She
Yeah.
has to. Good. And again, technology. So now AI has come, ChatGPT has come. So do you have any uh, mindset that I mean, all this technology has come up into the market. So will that affect our the regular business? Like since you are a entrepreneur last 13 years.
See, if you actually look at it, OpenAI has made this generative AI
Yeah,
extremely popular in the last, I think, 1 year or something.
correct.
Prior to that, also, there have been scenarios where uh, human involvement has been reducing. For example, you had website builders
Yeah,
where you could build a website with drag and drop. That's been there for a very long time.
correct.
Okay. Then you had no code or low code applications where
Correct.
you can again build an app with by dragging and dropping and
Correct.
hardly writing anything. So that also has been there for quite some time.
Yeah, platforms.
Now the next extent that is happening right now is the artificial intelligence is able to literally write code. Now, if you actually look at it, that has also been there for some time. For
Okay.
example, whenever I used to code initially, and if I had any doubt in coding, or I was not able to fix something, some bug coming, but I don't know what it is. What do? I immediately go to Google, and there are websites like Stack Overflow,
Stack Overflow.
where you actually can go, you
Oh,
can pick snippets, put it in your code, and start using it.
correct.
Now it has become little more easier with OpenAI ChatGPT, that you can just write the scenario and it gives you the entire code. But only a software developer can still use it. You cannot expect somebody who's not learned the
Okay.
programming at all in their lives to look at this code and apply it somewhere.
Hmm.
So with the latest development, I would say the life of a software development has become little easier. So ideally, the software developer should produce faster or should become more productive currently.
Yeah.
That is what I think the shift is happening right now. Instead of relying on memory or on cheat sheets and all that, now you have an assistant with you,
Yeah.
with whom you are able to get snippets of code, ideas for code, debugging of code, and all that happening. So I don't think there will be an immediate threat for programmers. But if programmers are very adamant and they don't want to use such tools available, then yeah, they'll have a miserable life.
Correct.
But if they're willing to adapt and use such tools, in fact, I keep telling my team, why don't you put this into one of the AIs and try to get the code, or like if they try to do this mock-up layouts and all that, they try to do the styling of website. I said, why do you want to sit and do that? Why don't you ask one of the AIs to give you the entire styling? And it does. So use these to make our lives easier, to develop more and faster to the clients, help the clients much better. See, this is not just in the software industry that this is happening. This is happening literally everywhere. Like you
Correct.
take
Even
automobiles
across world.
across the world, across different industries. I'm
Industries
saying.
also.
See, for example, take automobiles. You had earlier horse and horse carriages were the thing in the market,
Correct.
long back. But when companies like Ford started, and when they started automobiles, and when that picked up, the entire horse carriage industry just shifted to the automobile industry.
Automobile industry.
And the internal combustion engines have been going on now for a century, and now we are seeing a different technology altogether.
Correct.
Electrical vehicles catching up. The number of parts from a IC engine to a electrical is fraction of it. There are just few parts moving in an electrical engine. So just imagine what is going to happen to the entire network of automobile uh,
Industries.
garages out there and all that in future, not immediately. And if at all this trend continues like this, and the electrical vehicles pick up, and electrical vehicles might even become like a use and throw kind of a thing, we never know.
Correct.
You get a vehicle with hardly any parts, you just come use it for a few days, and then you take another
Take it.
vehicle and
Correct.
go. Probably it can all change like that. So this change that is there, AI coming in, and programming languages becoming easier, I think we'll just have to learn, adopt with it, and keep going.
Correct.
See, for example, nowadays when a client calls me, I look at giving the right solution. So that's how it's been right from the starting. Giving the right solution more than the software side of it.
Correct.
Software is just one of the elements. But to understand the client's requirement, to give them the right guidance, I have even told no to many of the clients, saying that don't go for this. You're only going to invest, and it might not really give you the desired output. I've told no to many clients. They come to us and say, hey Thomas, we've seen you did this for another company, can you do it for us? And I sit and understand, okay, why are you looking for it? What's your objective? What do you want to get out of this? And by the time I listen to the whole thing, I realize they really don't need it. Then I tell them, are you really sure? Because see, this is what I feel. You may invest in it, but it's not your objective at all. You don't even want to move in this direction. So why do you want to invest this money?
Correct.
Many of my clients have said, don't take it. In cases where I feel yes, this can really help them, and it'll really help them make more profits, help them make more revenue and all, we support. So it's more about how can we connect with the need of the client than about the software. How fast are we able to do the software, and are we using AI to generate the software, or are we doing it without the AI, or are we using a third party software to provide the solution? I think the shift is towards that side.
Correct.
Now the question is, will AI replace that also?
It
Okay,
may be.
maybe, yeah,
Maybe.
because there is, the super intelligence coming up, and generative AI itself is, being able to generate something which is not been not there
Correct.
before. So if that comes in the future, in fact, I was reading about this a few weeks back. So if that happens, the question is, what will we all do? Okay,
Correct.
so one of the answers that I read, and I also believe, is maybe we'll all have to go to farming.
Mhm. That is the
Maybe,
only option.
yeah, and maybe have a farm and just enjoy our lives, and then the robots and everything will take care. Maybe that's how the life will move towards. Many movies that we have watched in the past, all that will probably have become a reality. We are already seeing robots being built, and they're working autonomously and all that. So maybe few years down the line, that's how it's going to be, and that's going to be a new reality.
Correct.
You
Everything
know,
can be changed except farming. I mean, even vegetables and all. Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe even that also. Probably
See,
farming also. Imagine the entire field is taken care by the robots, and we're just sitting in the home, and
maybe it may happen.
anything can happen. So
Correct. But still,
so
the observation, and likely you are mentioning, no, like the person after taking code from a generative AI, again somebody has to read,
yeah,
somebody has to
true.
validate the code
So
whether it is right
knowledge,
or wrong.
correct, correct. Knowledge is required. So
Knowledge is
it'll,
required.
yeah,
Then still
definitely,
people support
definitely,
is very much required for
definitely.
that.
How giving complete autonomy to an AI is a security concern also. So
Correct.
maybe that element humans will still retain, and then AI does all the other manual work. Yeah.
Yeah. And even I heard that, ChatGPT code, when you write something in the ChatGPT, when you post in a Google, sometimes the analytics also, SEOs and other things also, will not read properly the ChatGPT code,
That is basically with respect to the content part.
content
Yeah.
part.
So
Even
though
that code part also, whatever you are saying,
the
whe-
programming,
programming also, whatever they are deploying, whether it is a right or wrong, again they have to check. So
that's what.
still the developer can be happy. Even AI comes also, they'll not feel, I mean to say, many developers are afraid of AI now.
True, but I think that's a misplaced kind of a thing. I think it's a little. You need not be afraid. I think you should start working along with it, is what I would say.
Correct. You have to
Uh,
gel with the product and
Absolutely,
the features.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah,
That is how we need to, I mean to say, make ourselves, adaptability with the new latest technologies
absolutely,
to improve our delivery also, output also.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
How many projects you have done till today?
In the last 13 years, we have helped 340 plus customers.
Okay, amazing.
All of them are customized, developed uniquely for them.
Very good.
It also involves websites also. So we have
Websites
done a
also.
lot of websites also. We have done ERP solutions, complete full-fledged ERP solutions for clients. We have developed mobile apps for clients, web applications, everything. Yeah, CRM softwares and all. Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel that, when you started, you told me, right, within 3 days you did the application, you installed in a software
Oh yeah.
in the laptop or
Yeah.
desktop, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Now completely SaaS came into the picture.
Yeah.
So what did you learn from this place to is it be a good thing, or will that be a more good than whatever you have used?
So the first one that I developed, since it was on PHP, that was also on cloud only.
Cloud only.
But it was a one-time payment, and the customer had to pay hosting
Hmm.
every year. So that's what. So coming to the question of SaaS, see, one of the advantages for the client with SaaS is initial investment is low,
Low.
and the client need not pay additional for any new features and all, because the organization who is uh, producing the SaaS and maintaining the SaaS, they are continuously evolving the product. So the customer also, with their monthly payments, they're able to you know use that and stay up to date with all the features and all that. So one of the biggest challenges for companies like us, that is, who develop custom software for clients based on their unique
Unique
requirements,
requirement.
is that ours is a capital intensive project. So initially there might be a need to invest a little higher, but overall lifetime cost with respect to a custom software is far lower. Reason is because, let's say there are 200 people in a company and we are creating a solution for them. The initial cost of the solution, let's say it might be around 30 lakhs, for example. From the second year onwards, there is no additional cost other than the hosting part. Maybe that might, let's say, 50,000 or 1 lakh on a higher side or
Yeah.
decent side. Okay, that's it. That's the cost. And if there is no maintenance or no changes, that's the only cost. But if this 200 people, if you are taking a license per user license per month,
It is very expensive.
yeah, every month they'll have to shell out 2 lakhs or more,
Correct.
and that's a lifetime. So imagine within 1 year you have paid off for your custom software development, and from the second year you're literally paying 2 times. Now these numbers might change. I've probably given twice, maybe it may not be twice, maybe 50% higher, whatever. That's the benefit we give.
Okay, got it.
But many companies, they don't have the reserves or cash required to invest initially on that big amount. So they say, hey, I'll go with the other one because it's easy on our pocket. So what we have started doing, I think for the last 6, 7 years we've been doing is we have converted our custom software itself into a SaaS product.
SaaS product.
So what we do is, especially with our existing clients, or if I've known them for some time, if they've been in the market, so their reputation is good and all, we give them a custom software at a monthly rental.
Monthly rent.
So it's
It's a
a
white labeling
benefit
one.
for them.
Mm.
It's a benefit for them, and it's a benefit for us also because there's a cash flow coming in. So we manage our cash flows, but we literally invest in that company. That is what happens because we actually become profitable with that project only after second or third year
Okay, got it.
because the cash flows are very less when compared to the total payment.
Correct.
But after 2, 3 years, then we actually make a profit with it. The reason why we decided to take such a risky move is because all our clients who started with us 12, 13 years back are still with us. They're still with us. They're still, maintaining their applications with us. They are adding new modules, growing. Then we also felt, that
New
why
enhancements and all
don't,
this.
yeah, why don't we support the clients by bringing in this module?
Okay.
Help them with a monthly payment option. They also get support, and we support them also.
Okay.
So second year, third year, fourth year, we are available with them for the support also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's how we are trying to help clients in a similar as a SaaS model, and we are I would say at a price benefit or a value of money of one third the cost of what you would get for a ready-made available
Ready-made
product
available. Correct.
if you evaluate it with the right number of team members and all that. Yeah,
Yeah, correct. So that's a very cost-effective solution, whichever is already available. How many solutions
absolutely.
you have now? And
So these
similar
are all custom software solutions developed specifically for the clients.
clients?
So we do not have products.
Yeah. But whatever the rental basis you are giving, right?
That would probably be for around 20 clients
Hmm.
where we are doing on a monthly subscription, and it's uniquely for those clients.
Only those
That's
clients.
yeah.
It's like it covers monthly maintenance,
Yes,
hosting,
hosting,
and support.
small enhancements,
Small
support,
support.
taking care of any deprecation in code.
Hmm.
Usually every 1, 2 years, some code gets deprecated. All
Okay.
that we ensure it. Uptime, we ensure that it is running, up and running. Yeah.
Okay. Any like data support?
Data entry,
Data entries. I mean to say bulk data entries. Sometimes
bulk
customers
data
may come.
entry we do,
Yeah.
but not the individual
Individual
data
entries, no, no,
add.
no. I
Yeah,
mean,
we don't do
sometimes,
that.
they'll miss for 1 month data, they'll ask you to push it. So will that be considered in your subscription
That
model?
usually does not come from clients.
Hmm.
What come from clients is the initial data upload.
That is a standard migration, right?
Yeah, migration uploads.
Opening
But in
balances and other.
between, we don't have those kind of requests from clients because they
Yes, there
operate
are
their business
clients who will specifically request on that for.
even after 1, 2 years also.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we've not had that kind of a
Anyway,
request.
good,
Yeah,
good.
because they run their business with this. So
Okay,
where will that other data come from? So no, we've not had that kind of a request. Yeah.
okay, fine. But still, the
Yeah.
subscription model will support all
Yes.
these
Yes.
areas.
Yes. Yeah.
That's a very good model. Still, you
Yeah.
can follow, you can add, include more number, I mean, so
Absolutely.
clients, which can
Ab-
help you the daily routine, I mean to say monthly routine things.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And we make profits.
yeah,
Not initially, but later on we do. Yeah.
good, good.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much, Thomas.
Thank you for this
Yeah,
opportunity. That
yeah,
was
thank
quite
you. It was
refreshing.
very nice, and now only I understood about your struggles and all those things.
Yeah.
Anyway, since I have seen you very long,
Yeah.
but still today. Anyway, I mean, God bless you.
Thank you.
Definitely, will also support. And thanks for coming here.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you, Kishore. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.